One more. Yes.
By encouraging others.
By encouraging others. I like this one a lot. Have you ever noticed how much difference it makes in your life if there's somebody who comes at just the right moment? Have you ever had this happen where somebody has come to you at just the right moment and told you something that you needed to hear that was encouraging? You're doing a great job. Keep at it. Maybe when somebody's trying to do a game or something and they're about ready to quit and walk off the stage, you could say something encouraging and bring them back, right? Because you can set an example for the believers by encouraging other people. Right? How many of you like to hear something encouraging, something positive, somebody tell you something nice about yourself? Right? You can be having the worst day in the world where everything's going wrong. Yeah. The other day, I was going in, the other day, it was yesterday. I was going to ride on an airplane. And if you are 6 feet, 6.5 inches, that is an ordeal, okay? But you will not believe this, but I got on the airplane, and on my way in, honest to goodness, the flight attendant say, "Boy, you have nice hair." That really happened on the way in. And I know some of you may not be believing her, but I think she was telling the truth. I think she was being an encouraging person. And you can be an encouraging person, too. Why are you guys laughing at that story? All right, we have another competition. And since Mike and Travis both were in the youth age, do you guys want to compete for this one? No? Do we have somebody who's brave enough and wearing long sleeves and older who's willing to compete with Travis? Thank you. Yeah, it makes the heart grow, but not the hair, huh? Nobody is willing to go against Mike? Mike, will you do this? All right, okay, yeah, come on up, okay. All right. Okay, what you have to do is lift the other person. All right? No, okay, all right. No, that's not the competition. How about while we get this ready, Dad tells us what the next prize is going to be.
Well, Bob, there are those times when you just have a little bit of emptiness in your stomach. You need just the right thing to put in that spot, and nothing else will do. And of course, I'm speaking of beef broth, which has been known to fit in the smallest cracks, to mold itself to just the size and length and breadth of the hole that is there. And I'm sure this is, yes, it is specially formulated for conductors on railroads.
That would be, yeah, I can give that away.
Beef broth.
Okay, I will say before we do this that I've done this many times and nobody's ever been hurt. What I want you to do is stand over on that end of the sheet, and you can stand on this end of the sheet and face each other.
Yes.
All right, now here we go. What you have to do is you're aiming for the balloons, okay? All right. Now, here's the deal in life. Kids, do not try this at home. Honest to goodness, I've done this many times. Okay.
Glasses, that ain't fair.
Here.
That'll help.
Okay. So, set an example. I'm not blind. Okay, you're supposed to set an example for the believers in life. And, I was thinking, what could we do to exemplify this? And, life throws all kinds of things your way, all kinds of battles and showdowns. And what an opportunity to be an example. Okay, you guys fairly clear on all the rules?
What are the rules?
You try to shoot the balloons. Only the balloons. And you cannot get closer than 5 feet. Okay? Aren't you you're glad you volunteered? Let's do this before somebody stops it. On your mark, get set, go! You can totally tell we're in Minnesota now. The Cajuns about stapled each other to death. All right, take a step forward. All right, very good. Second place win there. Excellent perseverance. Good job not fleeing the stage. And you win your very own.
Beef broth.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hear good things about that stuff.
That looks like fun to clean up.
Oh, well, there's a sheet, hopefully. Well, what would be good is just be to fold the sheet up quick. That's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, what I want you to do is get with your groups, and I want you to think of a way that you can set an example for the believers with your life. Okay? Set an example for the believers with your life. All right? I'll give you 2 minutes. All right, what do we have? Yes. Having a good work ethic, right? So all you kids, when you go to work, right? No, anybody who has to take on a job, what does the Bible say? It says, whatever you do, do it heartily, right? As to the Lord and not unto men. That you should put your work into it. You should put your heart into it to show that you're really working hard. And when you show that by your work ethic, what you're showing is that you're doing it for God. And that little bit of the way you live your life can be a huge testimony to other people. What's another way that you can set an example for the believers with your life? Yes?
Okay, Danielle said we could give people a place to sleep, clothes, and food.
A place to sleep, clothes, and food. Yeah, that's a way that you can set an example for the believers with your life. When I was interning at the church in Plainview, Minnesota, there was a couple there that had come to the church to receive food because they did a food thing once a month. And they started coming to church because of that. They had a momentary need for a couple of weeks, but then for the rest of their lives, in the case of the lady, she lived out the rest of her days in the church. And the man, Mr. Bob Ward, is still there and a part of the church. And a few years ago, he called down just to let Sarah and I know that he had become a Christian and gotten baptized. And it started with somebody who was just willing to help when they were in a difficult situation at a difficult time. You can set an example for the believers with your life by helping take care of other people. What else? What's another way? Yes. By living your life like Jesus. This is the ultimate way, right? Because we're supposed to follow the great example, right? We're supposed to be like Jesus to the world. And by being Jesus to the world, by setting that sort of an example, we're an example to others. so that they can know the way. It's an old saying, but it's true, that sometimes you're the only Bible the world reads. And so when somebody sees you who's not a Christian, all they know about Jesus is they know you. You're a Christian, and they know how you live and what you do. And so they see how you live and how you act, and that's the example that they have of Christ. And you can do that. That's something that you can do. All right, one more. Yes.